Facebook's up. Instagram is about to be up. Hey everybody. Okay, Instagram's going. Hey. Okie dokie. Welcome. It's Monday, which means I'm gonna be here hanging out with y'all. How's everybody's Monday going? Tell me all the things. Is anybody in quarantine yet? I am. I want to know what status y'all are in. So if you're not in school right now, if you're searching for toilet paper at the grocery, let me know your status. I want to know where you guys are hanging out from. This is one of my favorite parts of the week, is getting to know you guys and hopefully giving you guys some insight on to be better versions of yourself in the game of softball. Even if we're quarantined in our own houses, there's no excuse to not learn something you didn't know today. There's no excuse to not whip out a book, to watch a YouTube video, pull out something that's going to make you better. I actually found out that today, I think on the SEC network, there were softball games going on. And so if you're hanging out at home and you have the SEC network, you have no excuse not to watch softball today. I guarantee you Big Ten Network and other sites that have softball aired on it are going to be doing so, because I am hurting. I am hurting with not being able to coach the college game, but also not being able to play it or see it. And if I'm hurting, I know more people are hurting as well. This is something that we cannot control. We cannot control, like physically, we cannot control this virus that's going across the entire universe right now. But what we can control is staying inside, taking care of ourselves and our loved ones by not exposing ourselves and other people to this virus. So this virus is everywhere, and I'm doing the social distancing. I am not leaving my house anytime soon. I am stocked up on food and funny toilet paper, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I just came from California and I could have easily been exposed to the virus there without even knowing it. So it wouldn't be fair to me to go, meet with Weekly Academy members, or even go to the store this week and expose that potentially a virus I could have. I don't have it, but I could have it because I was in California. The worst thing I could do is expose other people to it. So I'm in solitary confinement. That's probably not the word I should have said, but I'm going to be hanging out here. But at the end of today's live, I have something exciting that I'm going to be sharing with you that will help you become better as a softball player from home. And it's something that I'm going to give you virtually. It's something that I've planned, put together. I'm very, very excited about it. It's going to be happening this Friday. But stick with me so you guys can see what that thing is that I'm going to be exposing to you guys. Going Yard's waving to me. Hey guys. Tony's waving. Hey Tony. Addison. Hey girl. I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? So happy to have some of you guys here. But with that, let's start out. Even though we're all hurting and we cannot play this game of softball right now, let's start off with some positivity. So positivity of the day. I woke up super early and I made a cup of coffee. For me, that's the highlight of my day right now. It doesn't get much more exciting than that. You guys probably have your own sort of positivity that's happened today, but it's good to start on a positive note so we can be more, alive and awake for what's about to happen. Today, I want to share with you guys 10 things athletes can do from home to get better. Just like I said earlier, softball's on the SEC network right now. Softball's probably going to be aired on ESPN. I mean, this was going to be the year where softball was going to be aired thousands of times throughout this season, and sadly, it has been stripped from us. But what I'm telling you right now is there is so much you can do from home. You can watch. I don't know if you guys have recorded like the Women's College World Series last year or any other games that maybe you saw this year. I hope you recorded some, because you can learn so much from what you've recorded. But today I'm going to give you guys 10 things that you can get better at in the game of softball from your house. And so I put these all together. What I'm actually very excited about is I'm actually going to give you guys 5 of these, like probably potentially the top 5 on the list. But I'm going to finish this list inside the Smash Tribe on Facebook, which includes members of my Online Trading Academy membership. Let me know if you guys want to know more insight on that. But with that, let's get going. So the first thing that I said that you should be doing to become better at softball is 1, check in with your teammates. Check in with your coaches. Check in with the people that you wish that you could take the field with right now that you cannot. Because I'm telling you right now, there are probably lots and lots of extroverts like me that are really, really struggling being stuck in their house and not around people that push them to make them better. And if you guys are anything like that, I will tell you right now, there are people in your tribe, there are people on your team, there are people that coach you that wish so much to be with you right now that they can't. So one thing that you should do right now, this is number 1, check in with those people. Check in and see how they're doing. Check in and see, are they learning something today that they didn't know yesterday in the game of softball? Are they focusing on their mental game? What are they doing to make themselves better? And I want you guys to know that you don't have to have access to a hitting facility to get better. You don't have to have access to a net and even balls to get better. You can get better physically and mentally without all the things that you have had access to in games. And the RT coach said, and coaches with their players. Yes, coaches, if you are here too, definitely interact with your players right now. We are all suffering. I know, I don't want this to sound dramatic, but this game is a lot of our lives. My livelihood is this game, and it almost feeling like it's been stripped away from me on a physical level is really tough. And so those people, I'll tell you right now, that have reached out to me saying, hey, I'm so sad that your season's over. I'm so sad that everyone's season's over. How are you doing? It literally meant the world to receive that text from that person. It literally, it was exactly what I needed, and I didn't realize I did. So if you just send a simple text to your friend or your teammate or your coaches saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hey, I'm getting better at softball in this way today because of you, because I care about you, it will seriously mean the world. So if you can do that to someone today, one person at least today, I guarantee you will make their day. Kenzie's hanging out with us. Hey, Kenz. And just do that. One person. It doesn't even have to be your whole team. It could be one person a day. Some of us are stuck in solitude for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, who knows? It will mean the world to those people if you can reach out to at least one person today. So I want to recommend you guys go and do that. Number 2 way you can get better at softball is get off of social media for a second. Yes. Get off of social media. I know we're on social media right now, and thank you for being here. I'm very thrilled that you guys are all here. But get off of social media, and I will tell you why. And I'm not saying spend the whole day off your phone. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is get away from the anxiety and the pressures that the outside world is trying to give us and focus in on you. So this is where I'm really nervous for some athletes right now, and I'm nervous for just literally anyone that has a phone with all these social apps on it. I'm worried about those people because I am that person where if I get stuck on my phone for more than 30 minutes at a time, or maybe even 10 minutes, depending on what I'm actually doing, if I'm scrolling, I lose my sense of self. I lose my sense of the creativity that I know I have. I am not, creating. I'm really just consuming. And if you catch yourself only consuming things, you right now are going to have anxiety. You right now are going to be overwhelmed with all of the things that are going on outside of your homes right now. And it's a lot to take on, and no one should be taking all of this on. So I recommend, if you want to become better at softball, you get rid of your phone for a few hours a day. And I will tell you, maybe you only check your phone certain times of the day. Maybe it's 10 a.m. after you spent the entire morning eating a good breakfast, reading a book, learning something you didn't know, maybe doing a little bit of homework that I know a lot of you guys probably have right now. But starting the day off of what you can control, and then pulling out your phone and kind of seeing what's up. Because I'm not saying don't look at the news. That's not what I'm saying at all. The news is important. It's important to know where we're at with this thing, with this monster that's taking over, but also do it at a time where you're ready to take it on. But if you're looking at all of this madness the first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, you're already starting your day anxious, and that's the worst way you could start your day. So please, 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 if you take only one thing from today, do not pull out your phone until you're ready physically and mentally to do that. Maybe wait a couple hours. Like, I take an entire hour to look at my phone in the morning. Like, the first thing I'll do is, like, I'll make sure, like, I will look at my text messages. I'll make sure, like, mom and dad and, like, my family's okay. But after that, my phone is going away for at least an hour, because I want to focus on the things that I can control. And if you want to have focus and be able to have intentional days, even though you're stuck at home, put your phone away for the first hour of the day, at least, okay? So get ready for this stuff and be prepared for this stuff, but allow yourself to focus on you before you go focus on the world, okay? So that's something that you can control and you can get better at. Number 3 thing athletes can do from home to get better at the game of softball is research. So no, this is not me saying, hey, go do a research project on hitting. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But if your passion is softball and it's kind of taken away from you right now, you can focus on the things that you wanted to get better at if you could be outside. So focus in on the things that you wanted to get better at. Maybe it was the outside pitch. I always say the outside pitch in these lives because the outside pitch was something that I struggled with as an athlete, but maybe it's the outside pitch. So maybe what you do is you research how to hit the outside pitch better on YouTube, and you look up drills and things that you can do from home that will make you better at hitting the outside pitch. So one day when all this madness is over and you do get to go outside and practice with your friends, you're better at the outside pitch, and therefore you're going to help your team, you're going to contribute to your team more come summer or whenever your season starts. So understand that you can be working on those things, you can be researching the things that you struggle with, and that you can thrive and become better at yourself. So research things that you can do from home. Now, with that comes researching, okay, what do you have in your home that can help make you better at softball? There are lots of things that can help make you better at softball. For example, I put this in my post yesterday on Instagram, but if you have a wad of socks and you have a wall, you can get better with your elbow drive in your swing. And you guys think I'm crazy. I'm going to show you right now what that means. So literally, this is my drawer. Oh wait, I thought I had socks in there. It's okay. I have socks over here. Yes, this is my room, if you guys are wondering. But let's say you have a wad of socks, okay? This is one of my fuzzy pairs of socks. And you have a wall. If you want to get better elbow drive and keeping your hands above the ball in your swing, you can take a wad of socks, just like this, hold it. By the way, this is called the elbow drive drill on my YouTube channel. Type in Ashley Burkhart Training and scroll down, you'll be able to find this drill. But it's the elbow drive drill. But what you can do is hold a wad of socks like you're holding your bat and drive your elbow to the wall and almost like think of a certain spot on the wall. Maybe even put up a target, put up a piece of tape, and work on trying to throw that wad of socks into that spot on the wall as fast as you can. So did you notice how my elbow stayed high and I could raise my left arm, so it's a little tougher. But focus on elbow, hit that target that directly is in front of you, just like we worked on with this arm. Work on getting there fast, okay? So literally, I just gave you a drill that you can be doing from home, okay? There's so many other drills that you can do from home. You just kind of have to get creative. And that's all part of the research. This is one thing that I pride myself on as a coach is if I'm given like some tools or just like maybe a couple cones or maybe a base, I will try to be creative and think of what can I bring to the table with this thing? What can I bring to the table with a wad of socks? If I can do it with a wad of socks, I can become better at softball with virtually anything. So get creative, try some new things out. I guarantee you guys can probably come up with drills on your own by being creative with things that you have laying around in your house, okay? So that's the other thing that I'm gonna let you know is research some drills that you could be doing from home. Maybe you research some drills and you're like, well, I don't have that exact thing at home, but I kind of have something similar. Get creative. You have all of this time and literally all of this time throughout this day in your house to be able to become better at softball. Chase is asking to request me to be on my video right now, and a part of me is just like, okay, should I finish what I'm going to say first and then join him on? Okay, Chase, if you hang out with me while I say these last two things, we can join. Actually, whatever, let's go. Let's go, Chase. This is totally unplanned, but Chase is asking to join on Instagram, so I'm gonna let him join. Facebook, you'll be able to hear Chase, but he's actually the one that I did my live with last week, and we got to hang out in California and kind of talk about things regarding my why and things like that. Let's see if he joins on. I don't know where he is, but until he pops up, I think you fire me up. You do. Thanks, Chase. But okay, I don't know why he's not popping up on Instagram, but let's just keep going. Okay, that was number 3, research drills and go do them from home. Number 4, go outside and play. Okay, I know we're stuck inside, but most of us have a yard or somewhere where we can go and just play around and not have any restrictions except other people and go just play. Okay. Like one thing that one of our good friends from the area, he has a daughter and she's 7 years old, and he was like, yesterday my daughter and I, we just spent 2 hours just playing outside. And I know like that specifically, she doesn't play softball, but if you're running around, if you're playing tag, if you're playing pickup basketball with your family or just moving your body, you are becoming a better athlete. And I know that sounds kind of bizarre and silly, but I'm telling you right now, when I grew up around a bunch of my neighbor friends were all boys, and they were so competitive, it was crazy. We played different sports every single week in the cul-de-sac. And maybe you're supposed to stay away from those people because of the virus and everything, but like you have your own yard, you have your own siblings that you can play with, that you can get better at the game of softball with by simply just playing outside, okay? So understand that being outside in the sunshine, and now is the time of the year where the sun's gonna be out a little bit more, go outside and play this game. Go outside and play wiffle ball. Go outside and play basketball. Go outside and become a better athlete by simply playing, okay? So that's the 4th thing that I'm gonna give you. Have fun, go play outside. Doesn't matter what you play, doesn't matter if it's dodgeball, kickball, you will become a better softball player by doing those things. And these are things that you can control and that you can do. So don't just coop up in your house and not go get fresh air every once in a while. We are not restricted to the outdoors. We are restricted to touching other people, okay? So if you can go outside and go play your own thing, do your own thing, hang out with your family, it might be the best thing for you right now. And I know it's kind of chilly outside, but I guarantee you the sun's gonna come out soon, and there are gonna be days and times where you can go outside and make the most of this. So go outside and play. And the last thing that I'm gonna leave you guys with, somebody asked me to check my DMs. I will check my DMs as soon as I'm done. But the 5th and final thing that I really wanted to put an emphasis on is really, really focusing on the power of a journal, okay? And there's an episode on my YouTube channel called The Power of a Journal, but there is so much power in putting your thoughts down on paper. You know how earlier I said that the first hour of my day I have my phone away? Most of that hour is spent with me and my Superwoman journal. Literally, Superwoman is on this Moleskine journal, and I literally just write down what's going on. Write down my thoughts, write down everything that I'm feeling, thinking about, all the things. I have it written down on paper, and I'm telling you right now, there's so much power in that. There's so much power in using this to go over, okay, what's happening? How do I feel? Like right now, like most of the time I journal right now is spending my time in sadness, sulking about the fact that softball is on hold. College softball right now is done, and I still can't get over that. I can't get over the outside world changing the fact that something that I thought was constant, and that sports is not a thing. So trying to wrap my head around that is me literally opening up my journal and talking about how that makes me feel, how my job's gonna have to change a little bit, how I'm gonna have to start creating things that I have never created before so that you guys can have more tools to become better at this sport, even if you're stuck at home. So understand that I'm not gonna be able to wake up one day and say, here's my future and this is how it's gonna happen. It's literally me spending the time writing in my journal about what am I great at, what do I need to get better at, what am I struggling with right now, and opening up to myself about those things, because the sooner I can actually take control over my thoughts and my feelings, the sooner I'm going to be able to create amazing things for you guys, okay? And that's my goal, is to create content and create things that are going to help you become better versions of yourselves. So understand that you pulling out a journal and talking about the things that you're dealing with right now or struggling with, like if you're supposed to be in softball season and practicing with your teammates, if that's tough for you, write things down about it, okay? Write down why you're struggling with it. Write down, the struggles that you have from home, but also write down the things that are working. Like maybe tomorrow you guys try the whole put your phone away for the first hour of the day thing and it works tremendously for you. You better believe I want you journaling about why that worked for you and how you felt because you hid your phone away for the first hour of the day. I want you guys to write these things down because things can stick so much better if you go about that and you go do that. So go focus on you. Focus on journaling about you and what you're capable of. Because, and maybe it's even fantasizing about the next day you get to go play with your teammates. Okay? A lot of you are stuck at home and you cannot go play the game that you love the most right now. And if that's the case, write about how that makes you feel, but also write about what it's going to be like the next time you have the opportunity to step on a field or a diamond with your best friends. Because if you can dream about it, it's going to make that day where it's going to happen that much better. Okay? If you can dream about it, it's going to make the day so much better. Okay, Chase is asking to request, and I got through all my topics, so I'm going to add him to my call on Instagram. Facebook, you'll be able to hear him. Instagram, we'll see what happens right now. I think I'm waiting for him to connect. We'll see if it works. Chase!
What's happening?
Dude, can you believe it's been a week since we were together?
Feels like yesterday.
Feels like yesterday. Are you driving your car right now?
I'm in the line at In-N-Out. I'm kind of...
You're seriously at In-N-Out right now?
I got in line.
That was one of my regrets from my trip. I never got In-N-Out when I was there.
Oh, yeah, you have to take advantage of that while you're on the West Coast.
I know, and I was on the West Coast 3 times and never got it.
Yeah.
Facebook, can you guys hear Chase, or should I turn him up? I'm turning him up regardless. Yeah, so what's up?
Nothing, I was just interested in what you were talking about. I think it makes a lot of sense, the journaling and all that. I liked it. I just thought that perhaps we could talk about it, because when I started doing that, I know it started helping me out a lot.
Yeah.
As a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't start doing it until I did it in high school because it was mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
My high school coach made us do it. We kept a journal, and then my early days with the Pittsburgh Pirates in like low A, double A, they gave us all these journals that they wanted us to use. They didn't force us to, but I used it, and it helped me reflect on my bats and in-game stuff. Sometimes I took a journal outside in the dugout, but then I got away from it, and then. But every time that I was doing it consistently, I felt like it helped me organize my thoughts.
Yeah. So give me an example of like something you wrote in your journal.
The most productive stuff for me, aside from what I'm feeling when I'm hitting a step, I try to stay. I don't want to get too mechanical in my notebook, because then mechanical thoughts will take that competitive edge away in the box. But when I'm in, I typically like to make sure that at the beginning of the day, I reflect on the day before and what I was working on last and what I felt. I write a goal for the day, and I want to make sure that I complete that goal. And usually it's a process-oriented goal, something that's within my control, because if you write a goal, like my goals go 4 for 4, and you don't reach that goal, like you're kind of setting yourself up.
Yeah.
4 for 4 frequently is not the easiest thing to do in the world.
Right, yeah.
People watching will probably know that. But at the end of the day, I think it's important to write 3 things that you did a great job at, and then 1 thing that you're going to work on the next day. And then you take that thing you wanted to work on the next day from the previous day, and then you already have your goal set up, and you know what you want to tackle, so you're going to get better every single day.
Yeah. What's
You're
cool?
also pumping yourself up. Like, it's intentional to have 3 things that you did well and 1 thing that you want to work on.
Mm-hmm. And it's cool to be able to have that progression, like, visible. Because so many of us, like, we're working on things every single day to get better at, but we don't actually see the process. We don't actually see the things that we've grinded out one day and then saw the results the next day. So it's so big to be able to say, okay, yesterday I worked on this, I got better at it, and now today's a new day, and I'm working on something even better. And, like, being able to see and have that almost as, like, evidence of how hard you've been working at it is, like, massive.
Yeah,
I love it.
And it's not even just sports. I feel like any industry.
Yeah.
My buddy, one of my best buds, Jason Schnitzer, is watching this right now. He's a realtor in the Orange County area. I know that he kills it, but he's extremely disciplined. Like, all of these things can be applied to different things. This is my first year not playing, but all the things that I was doing as a player that helped me find success on the field is helping me find success in production studio when I'm working, when I'm editing. It's different, it's a little more creative, but I still have a process nonetheless. And like, journaling is big.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you're doing this. Well, you just go live and you're just spreading the good word, giving people some educational content.
Every Monday.
It's good.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday,
That's
3
awesome.
p.m. Eastern. So it's 2, 1. It's noon at where you're at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
12:30.
Yeah. Well, it's a constant. It's literally, I've done this for like a year now, where I'm on here and I'm just preaching. But I think every time I come up with a topic, it has something to do with like what's going on now. So like the fact that everybody's going to be like stuck in their homes, and some people are literally like home from school and they're like, what do I do with my life? Like I'm stuck at home. But having the tools to be able to be like, okay, yeah, if you have a structure to your day, if you stay away from social media like as much as you can, even though everybody's on social right now, getting away from scrolling, like that might have been like the biggest tip that I wanted to get away from today, is because like so many people are becoming so anxious and nervous about what's happening, but really like a lot of the things that we're feeding into our brains aren't even true right now. A lot of the things are just like nonsense. But as much as I think the news is important, I don't want my whole day to be around the news. I still need to be able to create and create what I want and build my platform the way I want it to be built, just like you want to be able to create video and edit it. Like we won't have time for that if we're just constantly consumed with social media and scrolling. So
yeah,
that's what I got.
Something to you. It does something to you.
It does.
Yeah, I don't think it's healthy to be scrolling frequently. Like I see it in others, and I've caught myself getting into that mode too. But I mean, it leads to depression. It's proven, it's scientifically proven. If you're just like constantly looking at what other people are doing, it's going to mess with you because it's not real life. You know, like nobody's going to post a picture of them crying or their kid throwing a fit. Actually, I might report a Jagger if I'm throwing a fit before, but most people don't show that. It's like the happiest moments. Then you just feel like, well, look, you look around yourself, and there you are looking at this rectangle, and getting fat, not even thinking about things, not working out. It's easy to get. It's you are what you consume, right? So if you're consuming a bunch of other people's family stuff rather than something like what you're doing is great because there's some value in it. There's motivational, inspirational value. I think that it's important that if you're going to be scrolling, to control what you're looking at.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm next in line.
You're next in line. Well, what's your Instagram handle so people can go follow you as more content that they should build?
Yeah, Chase Darnell, at Chase Darnell. Most of my content's all like baseball related, family related stuff. But if you want to be entertained, yeah. You like it? I recently posted something where Dallas Braden and I played blitzball. It's pretty fun.
That's
Made a YouTube video about it. He brings the energy.
That's awesome.
He's a funny dude.
Hey, P.S. Actually, I wrote down that I'm gonna create a clip for you and send it to you. Yeah, the one that I promised you last week, and I haven't made it yet. He's literally going through In-N-Out right now. Dude, I feel like I should sign off and let you eat your In-N-Out.
You want some? That's everything. Thank you so much.
I wish I was an In-N-Out right now. I would be getting a double-double.
You want a double-double?
Yes, a double-double. Can they hear me? Stop. If you guys haven't been In-N-Out, you're missing out. Double-double. Gotta get animal fries. I mean, when I go out, I go all out. What'd you get?
This is bad. Like, on live with you right now.
Oh my god.
But, yeah. Hey, thanks for having me.
My people, with that, thanks for hanging out.
A lot of congruencies in baseball and softball.
A lot of congruencies. Like, we may have to get live more often and talk about the congruencies.
I'm game. If there can be people watching, then let's do it.
Well, we have 9 people on Facebook right now, 11 people on Instagram, so I think people are listening.
I'll let this live. I'll let this live on my story all today.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to let you go so you can get your In-N-Out. Bye, Chase.
Thank you.
All right. That was super impromptu and not planned at all. But this was so much fun. I love Chase. I just met him last week. We actually did a live together in California last week because we were in cahoots with putting together something super awesome. But I can't really share too much about it because it's kind of all in his hands. He has the reins of some video content we created. But with that, you guys will see that for sure. But I wanted to let you know. So I told you if you stayed with me, I could share all of the cool things that I have planned for you guys, especially now that you're home. But I'm doing a live hitting academy on Friday. A live hitting academy. So this means it will be me and people from all over the country hitting together. Like literally, I plan on going into my basement, putting up my tee, my net, having some balls, and having my phone out, maybe my laptop, we'll see. And we're gonna do a hitting academy together, working on lower half strength and power. I think that's one of the main aspects of the swing that not many people know too much about. So like, I want to be able to share all the knowledge that I have about lower half strength and power with you guys. So I'm gonna be doing a live hitting academy there. Now, after I sign off, I'm gonna be sharing the link with you. Instagram, the link will be in my bio so you guys can see it. Facebook, I will be putting the link in the comments so you guys can see what this academy is gonna be all about. So it's gonna be $30, but it's gonna be for a full hour of hitting. What's pretty awesome about Zoom is that I will be able to see the hitters that are swinging. If you want to get your parents involved and have them like actually showing you during the actual event, so I can actually see your swing and be able to tell you straight up like what's going on, what I want you to do better, I will be able to tangibly do that with you on Friday in this Zoom call. So it's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern. Do it from wherever. If you're outside, awesome. If you're in your basement or in your garage, great. It doesn't matter where you are, just make sure you have good Wi-Fi connection so that we're not fuzzy or in and out and we won't be able to see each other. I want to be able to see you and talk to you face to face. So with that, I already have a couple members signed up. For you guys to know this, actually I said I will send you the link. I will not send you the link yet. I will actually send you the link to my email list, because they at 5 p.m. Eastern are going to get the link there. So I want you to sign up for my email list so you guys can have access and see all the things that I'm up to, that I'm providing for you guys while you're home during this pandemic. But the link will be inside that email. So I will be giving you guys the link to my email list to sign up for that, so you will get that email. I hope that makes sense. And the link will be up before Friday, but I wanted to have those people exclusively on my email list to be the first to sign up. I'm gonna have 30 athletes, up to 30 athletes, no more than that, because I want to be able to still be able to see who's here and what's going on. So that's gonna be super awesome. What time Friday? It's gonna be at 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, Sean, I got you. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for the people that are gonna join us. Also, if you're a current Online Academy member, so if you are part of my Online Training Academy membership program, which is literally all of my drills and a bunch of exclusive content and literally lesson plans that you guys can be following along with. If you guys are a part of my membership program, you have a discounted rate and you actually have the link in your inbox already. So if you are a part of my membership program or you're working with me virtually, go look at your email. It is in there. If not, I will be sending the email to my email list at 5 p.m. Eastern, okay? So with that, I'm actually gonna wrap up and do the other 5 things athletes can do from home inside the Smash Tribe Facebook group right now. Like, I'm literally just gonna go there right now and do it. But the Smash Tribe is an exclusive membership for all of just the membership athletes that I have. So I'm gonna wrap up and finish up this live with them. But thanks for hanging out with me. This was a long one. Chase definitely interrupted, but in a good way. I always love hearing what he has to say, and the power of his journal is amazing for you guys to hear as well. I mean, he was a professional baseball player, so being able to learn from him as well is super, super important. I should have him on more often because I really love our conversations. But with that, I'm signing off. Share this with somebody that you think might need to hear it. If there's a teammate of yours that you know is going to need some of these things, like your daily check-in with teammates or coaches, getting off of social media, making sure you're not scrolling all day long because it leads to paranoia and anxiety, researching drills from home and going and doing them, go outside and play this game and have fun with this game, and go play pickup basketball or wiffle ball or something to get you outside so you can stay sane. And then the power of a journal. Also, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about the power of the journal, go to Ashley Burkhart Training Academy on YouTube, and you will be able to see the entire episode where I talk about the power of a journal and how you can use it to your advantage. With that, I'm signing off. You guys are incredible. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going inside the Smash Tribe on Facebook right now. See ya.